You're having a great chat with your coworker. You just caught up on all the hottest office water cooler gossip. Then... Ooh, those crickets are bad news. So how do you move forward from this? You still want to get to know your coworker, but you're just drawing a blank. Are they going to think that you're a bore? Or even worse, tell your other coworkers? Maybe your boss will even find out, and you won't get the promotion. But wait, none of these things are going to happen. There are so many different techniques you can use to keep a conversation going. Try to find an abstract association with one of the topics of conversation. An abstract association is something that's related to what they were talking about, but loosely. For example, they might be talking about how many different brands of chips stores carry now. You could say, "That reminds me of this story involving my favorite bag of popcorn." Because they were speaking about bags of food, you were reminded about bags of popcorn. This technique can be used in any number of circumstances. Try thinking about connections that are related, but not immediately obvious. A couple examples. If someone says, "I went to my cabin in the mountains this weekend," you might say, "Kind of like in that movie, Alone in the Wilderness?" Or if someone says, "She has such a great smile," you could say, "Kind of like the Mona Lisa?" And then you can start talking about art. Number 2, emotions. Talking about your emotions can immediately expand the range of any conversation. This doesn't have to be really gooey stuff or your deepest, darkest feelings. It can be as simple as talking about your opinion of a certain topic or how it makes you feel. For example, "I love how many skyscrapers this city has. It's amazing." Not only does adding emotion to the conversation give you more to talk about, it will create a more meaningful connection. A couple examples. If someone says, "I just bought a pack of Altoids at the store," you could say, "I love Altoids. Altoids are my favorite type of mint." Or if someone says, "I have 2 Italian Greyhounds," you could say, "Italian Greyhounds are beautiful. I adore them." Number 3, variation. Variation is somewhat of a helper technique to keep a conversation going, to supplement the main techniques. With variation, you only change the topic of conversation very slightly, putting a slight tweak or spin on it. For example, if someone says, "I'm thinking about buying a red pot," you could say, "I own an orange pot at home." This is the same topic, pots, but just orange ones instead of red ones, a slight variation. A couple examples. If someone says, "I need to feed my pet turtle when I get home," a response could be, "I knew someone who had a pet tortoise when I was younger." If someone said, "It's really difficult to staple these giant weekly reports together," you could say, "It's also really difficult to staple the meeting summaries together." So there you go. The next time you're having trouble chatting with a coworker in the office, remember these 3 key takeaways. Some takeaways. Number 1, think of loose, abstract associations. Number 2, inject emotion and opinion about the topic. Number 3, come up with a slight variation on the topic. If you liked these tips and want more of them, check out HelloSocial's offerings at www.hellosocialapp.com. There's an online course on conversation skills and a mobile app for conversation skills currently under development. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel.